In this session we're still busy with store parameters and we continue with the sales options. Now I'm going to explain to you what the enter quantity before code means. Normally this is off. If this is off, your cursor will wait for you under the code block. In other words, if you use a barcode scanner, you can immediately start scanning and it will scan the code for you. But if this is on, your cursor moves to a block above the code column or block to the quantity field, which means you can't scan immediately. You first have to enter the quantity, enter, and then scan. So one just has to think about what would you use most. The next option I'm explaining is confirming, selling into a negative stock. That means that if you go into a negative, in other words, if you sell goods that you don't have on your shelf, the cashier might have selected a wrong item. If it's off, it will not bring up a warning. If this is on, at least it bring up a warning telling the cashier that you will now sell this item into a negative. Do you want to continue? It's just a safety precaution. Then the next option we're looking at is automatically log off the supervisor after the sale. In other words, if the supervisor had to come and do an override, whether it was a suspend sale or a void sale, or perhaps even just something while busy with the sale, once that sale is completed, the supervisor will now automatically be logged off. Often supervisors are busy and they have to move on to another cashier who needs help and they forget to log out. This option will log them off automatically, not giving the cashier the supervisor access. The next option we're looking at is the option that says ask for cash or account before starting the sale. That will have a screen up before you click on you'll go point of sale, sale, cash sale. That will bring up a little screen saying, is it an account sale or is it a cash sale? If this is off, you'll open up your cash sale, you can start your sale and then only decide if it must be an account sale. I will show how that works in another session. And that concludes explaining sales options under store parameters. In the next session, we will carry on with the rest of the options.